What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and I was not planning on making this video tonight. I was looking at some YouTube comments and some posts on X.com, and this video was kind of inspired by that. It seems as though there is some fear in the markets, and especially with the presumption that there might be more of a drop to come over the coming days, maybe even over the coming weeks. It's possible, and the point of this video is to help hopefully calm those worries. Likely we will drop, but understanding the drop, understanding the normality and what we've seen in prior bull cycles as far as dips go might help, right? So the whole purpose, I'm going to get my face big here, the whole purpose of this video, I want to be very quick, I want to be very efficient, I want to just measure any and all significant drops that we've seen during previous bull markets, okay? And we're going to use a couple different charts to do that. So hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. This chart is the others chart. It's the total crypto market cap excluding the top 10. Essentially, this is like the average altcoin chart. If there is a NASDAQ 100 or the S&P 500 to crypto, this is one of the closer things that we have to that, right? It's like an index. From this high to this low, it's a 59% drop. I bet in the course of March of this year to August of this year, the average altcoin dropped 59%. That's essentially what this chart's telling us, okay? But going back in time, already in this bull cycle, we've seen a 59% drop, okay? So we've seen that before. In the wake right now of what is a 36% drop, or potentially even more than that, that's nothing compared to the drop that we had over here. But if we go back in time, we can see that we had a pretty big drop here. This is actually a 70% drop in the midst of our bull cycle. We didn't grow too much after that, but still a 70% drop in the midst of the bull cycle right there. Even these insignificant ones here, from a high to a low, that was a 32% drop. Very normal, very, very normal. You even had multiple 30% drops after that. From a high to a low here, you dropped another 30%. It looks like you've done that a few times. You know, this bull cycle here, right before your finale finish, you had a high to low drop here of 63, almost 64%. And again here, high to low, you dropped 50%. You even did it again here, high to low, you dropped 36%. You had significant drops, 3 of them, before you really went on your like massive finale finish there, right? And then back here, even a small drop. This was in March 2017 to the low there, 51% drop. The average altcoin, kind of by definition there, would have dropped 51%. This was your halving kind of consolidation, similar to what we've seen this cycle already that we broke out of. So this, actually comparing this right here might be useful. The halving in 2016 was July. It was on July 9th, wasn't it? July 9th? What? Oh, okay. Oh, no, it was the Bitcoin halving. This isn't the Bitcoin chart. Okay, I was like, this looks different than what I thought. The Bitcoin halving was on July 9th, so it would have been here. You consolidated all this time afterwards, and this was your post-halving breakout. And then here's your first real consolidation after that breakout. It was a 51.6% move to the downside. Bitcoin halving this cycle happened April 20th, right? It happened over here. Here is your halving consolidation. Here's your post-halving breakout move. This is your first consolidation since then. I mean, we've only seen a 36% drop so far. This time, during the 2017 cycle, we saw a 51% drop, right? We saw, I mean, that was a lot bigger. So in the midst of a bull cycle, that's all that this chart offers. But if we go to total, I mean, that goes back to 2014. Maybe we should just look at Bitcoin, BTC, USD, because there's not many cryptos that existed before that, right? From 2014, Bitcoin itself and earlier, right, in the midst of the bull market, from a high to a low, dropped 81%. It still had more to grow, right? Even before it went on this finale right here, from a high to a low, you dropped 26%, right? Which for Bitcoin would be a pretty big deal. From a high to a low here, you dropped 50% in 1 week, right? And this is back in much more volatile times for Bitcoin, but being that this was in volatile times for Bitcoin, it might apply more to the average altcoin too, right? Because that's kind of what we're going over in this video. 46% of a drop. I hope I've made the point. I hope that it's there, right? I don't think I need to do any more. It's normal what we're doing right now. The average coin right now, from a high to a low, the others chart, what it showed was a 36% drop. That's on the low end, right? If we really think about it. And I did assume, like probably a lot of people, that we found our low already and that we were ready to move up. There's some people that thought we were going to move lower this whole time. Some people like myself who have recently thought that we might move lower. I do believe that across the board, from the relative high to the low that we've had, it's at a 36% drop right now. I do believe we will see a lower amount of regression than that. I don't know what the proper word would be of a retracement, of a pullback, right? A lower percentage, a higher percentage, but to the downside. Would that be lower or higher, right? Like it's a higher number, it's a bigger number, but it's lower. Anyways, right now it's at 36%. I would assume it goes to 40% or lower. If we look at the charts, okay, if we actually look at the chart for what that means, and we're on the others chart, not on the Bitcoin chart. Let's do others. Right? Come on now. Go all the way back here, delete that. If we were to drop, as of now, from a high to a low, we're down 36% at the lowest point. If we were to drop 40% or more overall, that would put us there. From the current price that we're at now, come on now, that would be about a 16 to 17, maybe an 18% drop at a minimum. But likely we probably would go lower. If we were to find support at previous areas of resistance, that's about a 24% drop, maybe even lower than that. It could be a 30% drop from here for the rest of crypto. It's possible. And a 30% drop from here would bring the overall drop down to about a, what is that? What would that be? About a 50% drop, which genuinely is pretty on par for what we've seen for most bull cycles for altcoins to pull back. So at any rate, even that kind of a pullback is a higher low. It wouldn't be anything that breaks structure. It would just, if anything, be a place to build from and go higher. Nothing to be concerned with, guys. I know that it can be concerning. I know that in these moments, it's like this whole drop here. Watch. This whole drop, you were fine. You were totally fine. But only here, that's whenever you're the most manic. That's when you're the most panicked and feeling like you should capitulate, right? It's the same kind of thing here. You're going to feel the most emotion whenever you're at the lows, but don't let that happen. That emotion, if you recognize it, let that tell you that you're at the lows. We're on our way there. I'm not making this video to tell people to sell. If you want to sell, that's up to you. This isn't financial advice. You can do whatever you want. But I think if you wanted to buy, maybe wait. If you want to sell, I think it's already too late to sell. You never know. This is a prediction. It's not. It's a guess. People have been saying that I'm doing guessing. Yes, this is a guess. That's what this is. It can be wrong. At any moment, this is crypto. We could pull up. Just because we've got a 36% drop and that's less than average doesn't mean that we can't just blow up from here. We can. But likely, I think we do go lower. Okay. So and because you never know, that's why it's not a good time to sell here. But it's also probably not a good time to buy. I bet if you wait a week or a couple days, you'll probably have better opportunities. None of it's financial advice. Do what you want with your own money. This is not me telling you to buy or sell. This is just me saying expect lower prices, expect more of a drop across the board. Expect it because it's normal and it's fine and it's healthy. Higher lows are healthy. And then expect an immaculate pump, probably something even greater than what brought us into this corrective phase right here, right? It's going to be phenomenal throughout the rest of January and really the rest of 2025. It's going to be a great year. So hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.